Enzo Ferrari said no to thousands of people throughout his life, to drivers, to engineers, to journalists, even to kings and princes. But one he could never forget, because that no was said to the most famous man in the world, Steve McQueen, the king of Hollywood, the man who lived in front of the world's eyes. And Ferrari had given him a single-word answer: no. McQueen never forgot it until he died. Ferrari never regretted it. This is the story of what a principle can cost. 1970, early period. Steve McQueen was the biggest movie star in the world at that time. Bullitt, The Great Escape, The Getaway. Everyone knew him, everyone wanted him. But McQueen had a secret. When the camera turned off, he became a different man, a racer. Motorcycles, cars, speed, real races, real risks. Studio executives hated it. "You're risking your face," they said. "Your career, millions." McQueen didn't listen, because when the cameras were off, he felt most himself on the track. And in the 1970s, he had a dream: to race for Ferrari. Not just drive a Ferrari, to be on the Ferrari team. Official driver. The prancing horse on his chest. The opportunity came. Le Mans filming. Ferrari cars were being used in the film. Representatives were on set. McQueen spoke directly. "I want to race for Ferrari, factory driver." The representatives listened. "I'm fast," McQueen said. "I've proven it. I can drive at this level, and I bring you something no driver can bring." "What's that?" "The biggest audience in the world. Every race I enter becomes a headline. Ferrari on every magazine cover. Everywhere." It wasn't a lie. If Steve McQueen had raced for Ferrari, it would have been the biggest sports story of the decade. Mass publicity, global attention, the kind of marketing money can't buy. The representatives said they would talk to Maranello. McQueen waited. The answer came within days. Not from representatives, directly from Ferrari. Short message, clear. No. McQueen was shocked, not angry, stunned. Why? The answer was even shorter. Ferrari races drivers, not actors. McQueen tried a different angle. "I'll do it for free, no salary, I'll cover my own expenses." "No. I'll bring sponsors, funding, whatever Ferrari needs." "No. Let me prove myself. One test, one race. If I'm not fast enough, I'll walk away." "No." Every request met the same wall. Enzo Ferrari had decided. And when Enzo Ferrari decided something, it didn't change. Why? It wasn't personal. Ferrari didn't hate Steve McQueen, didn't think he was a bad driver, didn't doubt his talent. It was principle. Enzo Ferrari had built his brand on one foundation: purity. Ferrari didn't make cars for celebrities, didn't chase headlines, didn't mix Hollywood with Maranello. Ferrari made racing machines. For racers. The drivers who wore the prancing horse earned it. Through years of dedication, through proving themselves in smaller teams, through sacrifice, not through box office records. To Ferrari, allowing a movie star to race would cheapen everything the brand stood for. "Today it's Steve McQueen," Ferrari said in a meeting. "Tomorrow it's every actor who wants to be a driver." Where does it stop? His team understood. This wasn't about McQueen being unqualified. It was about the message allowing it would send to the world. That Ferrari seats could be bought with fame instead of earned with skill. Ferrari refused to cross that line. No exceptions, not even for the biggest star on the planet. But this wasn't just McQueen. Ferrari had said no to dozens of celebrities throughout his life. Princes wanted to add a Ferrari to their collection. Ferrari refused. Cars are for driving, not for collections. Wealthy businessmen requested factory tours. This isn't a museum. It's a working factory. Journalists requested exclusive interviews. Most didn't even get a response. To Ferrari, the brand was like a religion, and religions weren't open to everyone. only to those who truly believed, who truly dedicated themselves. McQueen was a believer, was dedicated, had proven it, but he came from the wrong place, and to Ferrari, where you came from, mattered as much as where you were going. The factory wanted young drivers, those who raced in junior categories, those who climbed the ladder the traditional way. McQueen's path went through Hollywood. To Ferrari, this was backwards, wrong order, not the Ferrari way, and Ferrari never compromised on the Ferrari way. Even if it cost the biggest marketing opportunity of the decade, McQueen didn't give up racing. He went to other brands, Porsche, Jaguar, brands that understood what Ferrari didn't. That star power and driving skill weren't mutually exclusive. Especially Porsche embraced him. Let him race. Let him promote. Let him be both actor and driver. And McQueen proved himself, again and again. 1970, Sebring 12 hours, second place overall, in a Porsche 908 with Peter Revson. Not a publicity stunt. A real result. Against professional drivers. He was fast. Genuinely fast. He could have done it in a Ferrari, but Ferrari never let him try. Here's what makes this story cut deep. Ferrari was right to say no. Think about it. If Ferrari had said yes, what would have changed? Every collector actor would have started asking. Every wealthy celebrity, every famous name. The Ferrari driver's seat would have become a status symbol for the rich and famous. Instead of a position earned through racing achievement, Ferrari protected something pure, something rare in the world, the idea that some things still need to be earned, that fame doesn't open every door, that certain achievements require sacrifice, not just money or publicity. But Steve McQueen wasn't just any celebrity. He was a legitimate driver, proven, fast, dedicated. He would have been good enough. Maybe not championship level, but good enough to represent the brand with dignity. So, was Ferrari protecting purity? Or was it snobbery? Was it principle? Or pride? The line between those two is thin, maybe invisible. What does Ferrari's side say? Years later, in the late 1970s, someone mentioned Steve McQueen at a dinner. His racing record, his Sebring result. Ferrari was quiet for a moment. Then, he was fast. Did you watch his races? I watched every one. Did you ever reconsider letting him drive? A long silence. No. Why not? Ferrari put down his wine glass. Because if I let him, I'd have to let everyone. Then Ferrari becomes something else, something less. But he earned it. On track. He earned respect, not a Ferrari seat. There's a difference. The conversation ended there. But that answer says everything. Ferrari acknowledged McQueen's talent, his dedication, his results, but still said no. Because to Ferrari, it wasn't about whether McQueen individually deserved it. It was about what allowing it would mean for the brand's identity. And brand identity to Enzo Ferrari was more important than any single driver, even the biggest star in the world. Steve McQueen died in 1980, 50 years old. Cancer, too young, too fast. In his final interviews, when people asked about his greatest regret, he didn't talk about movies. He talked about racing. I wish I'd started younger, he said once. Really committed. Done it right from the beginning. Would you change anything? He thought about it. I'd race for Ferrari if they'd let me. Until the end, even knowing it never happened, he still wanted it. Because Ferrari represented something to him. Not just speed, not just winning, validation. Proof that he was a real racer. Not an actor who raced, but someone the world's purest racing brand respected enough to put in their car. He never got that proof, and it stayed with him. Today, Steve McQueen is remembered as one of cinema's greatest stars, the king of cool, the anti-hero, the rebel. But people forget he was also a racer. A real racer, who wanted nothing more than to wear the prancing horse, and was told no. Not because he wasn't good enough, because he wasn't Ferrari enough. Ferrari kept their purity, their standards, their way, and lost the chance to have the world's biggest movie star race for them. Was it worth it? Ferrari thinks so. The brand is still the world's most exclusive, still untouchable, still pure, but that purity has a cost. Steve McQueen died wanting what he couldn't have, and Ferrari never gave it to him. Not because he didn't deserve it, because deserving it wasn't enough. For Ferrari, you had to be born for it. And Steve McQueen was born for the camera first. That was his crime. And Ferrari never forgives the wrong origin story. The one thing money couldn't buy, fame couldn't open, talent couldn't earn, a Ferrari race seat. Because Ferrari didn't race stars, they created them. So, do you think Ferrari was right? Or did Steve McQueen truly deserve a chance? Was principle more important, or was it talent? The answer is yours.